So we come on the back of a disappointment over the weekend in terms of not being able to win and maintain that winning momentum. But it is what it is, and now the focus is on the Champions League. For one team, it was their cup final, and for the other team, which is the Arsenal, it was just another game that we needed to tick off. But we had to tick it off in red and not in green, unfortunately. It is what it is. It's 3 points dropped. There's 15 games to go. We can put that aside for now and focus on the Champions League. Although we are through no matter what happens, top two. So we'll have all our home games in the second leg, and all the away fixtures in the first leg, depending obviously if we do get through to the quarters and the semis, and so on and so forth. But it's a massive opportunity for the other players to get a start and to get a victory and to get a win and get that winning momentum back into the Arsenal blood. Because yes, there will be changes, but at the same time, maybe Arteta will play a few that we wouldn't have imagined would be playing, just to keep the fitness up and the match sharpness and all that. I don't know. There's a few players suspended though, so we'll get into everything we need to. So yeah, it's going to be a good game. It's a Champions League night, let's not forget. And we'll focus on winning the game comfortably. Let's provide some entertainment. Now, Kairat Almighty, obviously, they are bottom of the league. They've not won a game. They've lost every game. I think they might have drawn one or two. I've not done a lot of research. I've not felt the need to. That's with all due respect to the team from Kazakhstan. But they've not won a game. You know, we're competitive. We're the best team in the Champions League at the minute. You know, we should be winning this game comfortably with our second team or not. So I've checked the team. I haven't got a clue about any players, and that's not me being disrespectful. I think a lot of you guys don't know who plays for Kairat Almighty, and that's not just because, you know, we've not got any football knowledge. It's the fact that, you know, we're in England. You know, we're Arsenal fans all over the world. I do understand that. But we haven't got a likening towards the Kazakhstan league, and it is what it is. So I'm not going to put the team sheet out and all that lot. It is what it is. Kazakhstan are coming, the best team from Kazakhstan are coming to the Emirates Stadium, and for them it's just a free hit. You know, somebody try and get a goal, and you know they can go back to Kazakhstan and say, look, I scored against Arsenal. There'll be a hometown hero in their village or wherever they're from. You know, they could make the news. They could, you know, have posters and fucking billboards, you know, about them scoring against Arsenal. So for them, it's a free hit. For them, it's just about keeping the pride, and it's an opportunity, a lifetime opportunity for the majority of these players to come to Emirates Stadium and touch some grass. Now, the head-to-head as well, we've never played them. This is, I believe, their maiden season in the Champions League. I don't know if they've been in the Europa League before, but they definitely haven't been in the Champions League, and we have definitely not played against Kairat Almighty for as long as we've been established. So there is no head-to-head to put out there. I see this as an opportunity to just say, you know, let's just keep that focus running. Let's try and get a win. Let's put some entertainment out there for the Arsenal fans, because we do feel disappointed and let down, especially from all the players, even Arteta. It was a horrible performance against Man United. We're not going to let it overshadow or overlook this game, because it's a Champions League game. And, you know, Man United fans will be watching this game. You know, their team's not in the Champions League. They're going to be turning the TV channels on to watch a bit of Champions League. And you know what? They'll see Arsenal there. They want to be us. They want to be us. I ain't disrespecting Man United, because they've come. They used to be where we were a few seasons ago. And it looks like they're turning a corner. But I do believe that honeymoon period will come to an end, and then it'll hit them hard, because top 4, top 5 finish is not guaranteed. Just because they've beaten the best team in England away at the Emirates, the first team to do that, the first team to score 3 against us, doesn't mean top 4's a given. This is the Premier League, remember. But if United play how they did, I don't see how they don't get top 4, because they had the passion, they've got the finishers, and they had the commitment and the belief, something that we didn't have. For Arsenal, it's, you know, you've got to score 4, 5, 6, as many as you can. Declan Rice is suspended, so is Mikel Merino. There's a lot of players there that have been poor for over a year now. I'm going to mention names because when they're playing good, we mention names. So I think it's only fair to mention names when it's the opposite effects they're having on the football field, and that's the fact that Bukayo Saka has been poor for a year now. Apart from those games against Madrid where he scored at the Bernabeu, and he was a threat at the Emirates as well. I don't see what Saka's brought to the team, especially this season. Even if we played Madueke in every one of those games that Saka's played, I don't know if we'll be any higher than we are or any lower than we are, because Saka's been that poor. And when he's been that poor, you've got to mention it, because you can't just have your favourites and say Odegaard's the reason, why we're playing poor. Zubimendi's the reason. What about Saka's input? He used to score against Man United's and Chelsea's and City's. Yeah, where's his last goal come from? Is it a penalty kick as well? I mean, I'm trying to be positive, but there's nothing to be positive about in terms of team performance. Results have been good this season, a lot of them, but when it really mattered, Liverpool, Man United and Forest, 3 games on the spin, we've got 2 points out of 9, and that's dreadful. But we'll talk more about that in the Leeds preview. For now, it's just about trying to get to those last 10 games and winning every game before we get there. Because, City have got a couple of tough games away to Spurs and away to Anfield. If we can bring that to 7 or 8 points again, we'll take it all day long. But if it stays 4 or anything less, then I think we're in trouble. I really do think we're in trouble. Not just because the points is minimal, but it's giving hope to Man City and Pep. And one thing you don't want to do is give hope and the belief to Man City. And you don't want to put it in their hands. So look, this is the Champions League anyway. It's a good opportunity to get 8 out of 8. It's good to get out there and release some anger for the players, but what we really need to do is release that anger and save it for Leeds on Saturday. This is also a free hit for us, let's not forget. Now the team lineup then. Kepa plays in net. We're going to just go through it. There's no point in explaining everything. Kepa plays in net. Ben White comes back into the right back position. Lewis Skelly plays at the left back. Now the 2 centre backs, they've conceded 3 goals against Man United, so playing them, missing them, I don't know, mate. Mosquera plays and Hincapié plays. They're both fit and available. Hincapié played 60 minutes. I'm sure he can play 90 against Kairat Almighty. Full back 4 change there, a back 5 change even. Norgard plays centre midfield. Mikel Merino is obviously suspended. Ethan Nwanery's obviously been loaned out. Havertz, we don't know what's happening again with him. So at the minute, it's Norgard, Eze. Who else have we got in the middle of the park? See, this is the thing. We've not really got too many players to choose from. Havertz, obviously, if he was fit, he could have played there. So we'll have to go with Norgard, Eze, and... have we got any youngsters that can come and play? We'll do the wingers anyway. Madueke on the right, Martinelli on the left, and then is it Gyökeres or Jesus? I think it's Gyökeres plays. It's time to get a couple of goals, get that confidence running. We would obviously like to see Jesus play as well, but I just don't see how we can put him in the midfield. We've got Norgard, Eze, and just maybe Odegaard. Just play Odegaard because Eze is probably going to start against Leeds anyway. That's my match starting 11. Prediction for me, I'm going to go for a 5-0 victory to Arsenal. Sometimes it doesn't work out like that. But I don't see why we shouldn't be scoring 3, 4, 5 goals against Kairat Almighty with our second string or not. I'm out of here.